For the second time in a week, the Leafs and Flyers face off and end the game in a shootout. However, this time the Flyers prevail, winning 3-2 over the Toronto Maple Leafs in the shootout. The Leafs get the point and lose in the worst way possible. And I think I can speak for every hockey fan possible when I say tonight was a really fun to watch hockey game. A lot of great chances on both sides. Both teams playing really well offensively and not the greatest defensively. It was a little shoddy on both ends, but overall, a crazy hockey game, a crazy overtime where the Leafs dominated, had lots of chances, but in the end, you end it in the stupid shootout. The Leafs do get a point. They keep their point streak alive. They obviously lost the game and end their 3-game winning streak. However, they pick up the point and are now 9-5-4 on the year. Now, let's get to this game and kind of break this thing down. All right, first period, Philip Myers literally gets a pass and no one's even close to him. And I want to say it hit off a stick. It might have gone off a Leaf stick. If not, Freddie was just screened and it goes right in the most top corner as you can possibly be because it hits the back of the net and pops right back out. Beautiful shot from Philip Myers. No chance for Freddie Anderson. And the Leafs down 1-0 midway through the first period. It's about 30 seconds to go in the first. Flyers on the power play. Oscar Lindblom. He scores 2-0. And we're like, you got to be kidding me. This is an awful, awful start to this game for the Leafs. But you got to find a way to get back into this hockey game. And the shots on goal in the first period were actually 10-8 in favor of the Leafs. But as we always say, it doesn't matter how many shots you have. It's what matters in the back of the net. Right? That's really what matters. And you go to the second period, and a beautiful, nice little feed from Willie Nylander to hit the streaking Travis Dermott right down the middle of the lane. He was at his point, he was about center ice, and he goes right down the lane. No one even close to him, and he rips it top cheese on Brian Elliott for his first goal of the year. Great to see Travis Dermott out there, and I love watching Travis Dermott play. The way he skates, the smart plays he does, he's incredible. That was midway through the second period, Travis Dermott's goal there. Was that his first point of the season? It was for his first point of the year. So great to see for Travis Dermott. Nylander and Matthews have assists on the play. And it's a 2-1 hockey game. In that second period, Leafs win in shots 11-10. 11-10 and win the period 1-0. And it's a 1-goal hockey game heading into the third period. However, in that second period, actually I think it might have been right out of the gate. Or maybe it was late in the first. I don't know, something like that. Mitch Marner right out of the face-off, gets tripped up, and he lands awkwardly on his ankle, tries to get up and stand on it. He can't. Goes down to his knees and pretty much crawls his way to the bench. I think it was Mikheyev put a stick on the ice for Marner to grab it and pull him close to the bench. Ends up trying to play the next shift, can't stay on his feet again, and he leaves the game and doesn't return. Mitch Marner. What is up with Toronto sports? Ibaka and Lowry yesterday, now Mitch Marner today, and none of the injuries look like they're minor. We know Lowry's going to be out 2 weeks and then be reevaluated after that. We know Ibaka's out indefinitely. And the way that play looked for Mitch Marner, it doesn't look too pretty. I'm just hoping it's just a tweak and he's okay, but I don't know. And now you're down 2-1 heading into the third period. You need to find a way to get something out of this game. But just another 4 minutes into the period, Austin Matthews behind the net. And this is right before this. Frederik Andersen makes, I think, 3 10-bell saves in a matter of like 5 seconds in front of the Leafs net. Puck comes down at the other end, behind the net to Austin Matthews. And you saw initially, he was trying to, pick it up and go kind of, I don't know how to describe it, guys, but get the puck on his stick and then just kind of flip it into the top corner. Now, he started to do it, didn't get the puck, and it was a weird little backhand pass to the center of the ice and right to the tape of Willie Nylander, and he buries it into the back of the net for his 5th goal of the year. Matthews and Justin Hall have assists. Matthews and Nylander both at 2-point nights on the day, and the Leafs have tied the game at 2 early in the third period. Good stuff. Now, as the period goes along, as I said at the top, it was a very entertaining game. Lots of chances on both ends the rest of the third period. However, the goalies stayed perfect in the third period, other than that 1 goal by Nylander. Leafs losing shots 13-12. However, in the third period, 1-0 Leafs in the period. And you're tied at 2. We head to overtime. And in overtime, the Leafs don't take a penalty. That's new. And they dominate. I think the shots on goal were, 7-1 in overtime. Some amazing saves from Brian Elliott. In my opinion, too many pass-happy stuff from the Leafs. You gotta shoot the puck. Even in the regulation, there was quite a few that I saw. Extra passes that should have been shots. You're in the slot. Take a shot. But they're not. And they do a good job in overtime. They get 7 attempts. They do have some good things happen. Some odd man rushes. Philly gets a couple chances. Kevin Hayes rings one off the post. Freddie's got to make a couple good saves. I guess, well, technically one, but even I thought he made a couple good saves. And then you go to the shootout to end an incredible hockey game on both sides. Yeah, look, people are going to say, well, you're just a biased Leaf fan, and you hate the shootout. Well, if you watch the last weekend's video where the Leafs won the shootout, I said the exact same thing. As well, a game like this where both teams are flying offensively, you don't want it to end like that. Now, if you give me another 11-round shootout, we might be okay, and I might say, oh, okay, maybe it was worth it. Nope, instead, Konechny misses, John Tavares misses, start off, then Giroux scores. Matthews misses, then Giroux scores. It means Nylander has to score. He does, but then Couturier has a chance to win it, and he scores on Frederik Andersen. Nice little move by Sean Couturier to beat Freddie Andersen and to win the game in the shootout for the Philadelphia Flyers. Like I said up the top for the Leafs, that's 4 straight games with a point. It could be more, actually, now that I think about it. They've played a lot of overtime games lately. What the hell? Can we have a regulation game for once? It feels like it's been forever since we have one of those. Oh, my goodness. No, they had a point against Washington. They won against Philly. They won against LA. They won against Vegas. And they lost tonight against Philly in a shootout. 5 games of points for the Leafs. So as much as you want to say, well, they haven't won a lot lately. They haven't played well. And, I wouldn't say they've played the greatest. I'm not going to sit here and defend the Leafs because Frederik Andersen is the only reason this team won. Even got a point in this game today. But you look at that. You look at the last 5 games, guys. 3-0-2. You've got points in 5 straight games. Freddie's playing out of his mind. The month of November, you're 3-0-1. That's pretty damn good, if you ask me. Now, big tests begin now. Maybe not the contest-wise, but the Leafs have the next 13 of 16 on the road. That is a lot of road games, including a 2-game road trip here with Chicago tomorrow on the second night of a back-to-back. Michael Hutchinson's probably going to be in net. Michael Hutchinson will be in net for the Leafs tomorrow. And then you head to New York, take on the Islanders. They're having a really good start to their year. And you come home for Boston, then you go on a huge road trip in Pittsburgh, in Vegas, in Arizona, in Colorado, in Detroit, and then at Buffalo. 6 straight road games. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. This extra point tonight would have been great to have. But they didn't get it, so now we say, okay, they're 3-0-2 in their last 5 games. We don't know what's up with Mitch Marner. I'm scared out of my mind because I don't know what's going on with him. But all we can do is sit back and wait and listen to what happens, listen to the MRIs, listen to everything like that. And then we come back tomorrow, and you got to take on the Chicago Blackhawks in Chicago. Anybody who wants to have any excuses, don't. Chicago played today and went to a shootout as well against Pittsburgh. They lost in the shootout as well. They were in Pittsburgh, so both teams have to travel. Chicago has to go back home. The Leafs have to travel to Chicago from Toronto. So there's really no excuses. There's no excuses for anything tomorrow night in Chicago, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to... Actually, before I wrap this thing up, Frederik Andersen, incredible. 2 goals, 32 shots, continues his absolute dominance of the month of November. He's been incredible. Like I said, Nylander had a couple points, Dermott with a goal, Matthews with a couple assists, Justin Hall with an assist, and that was it points-wise for the Leafs, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoy the game, and if you guys enjoyed it, if you guys enjoyed... Holy smokes, let me slow this thing down a little bit. If you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game, because I know, as a hockey fan, that was an incredible game to watch. If you like the game, smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your guys' thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the video. What'd you like from the Leafs? What'd you not like from the Leafs? I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Mitch Marner? Do you have any assumptions about what's going to be happening with him injury-wise before we hear in the next probably 12, 15 hours? I'm assuming we're going to be hearing something about Mitch. And guys, Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff, and I will talk to you guys Raptors edition tomorrow night. It's a 9:30 9:30 tip-off. I got hockey and I got basketball on my mind, as you can tell. As the Raptors are in LA taking on the Lakers, obviously no Lowry, obviously no Ibaka in the lineup tomorrow for the Lakers. They are a 9.5-point favorite in that game. So for the Raptors, definitely the underdog going into LA. But hey, we're used to that. So as much people want to write us off already, we've been used to being written off quite a bit. Let's let our boys go out there and see what they can do. Yes, Lowry's the general. Yes, he's the guy that drives this team, but he's not there. Someone else has to step up. Is it going to be Pascal? Is it going to be Freddie? Is it going to be OG with his all-around play? It's going to be interesting to see what happens tomorrow in LA for the Raptors. And as for the Leafs, as I talked about, their next game is tomorrow on the second night of a back-to-back as they are in Chicago taking on the Blackhawks. Michael Hutchinson, Robin Lehner are the expected starters in that game. 7 o'clock puck drop there. Is it still called the United Center? I think it is still called. Yeah, still called the United Center there in Chicago. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk to you guys then.